this says a 2015 IRC ICC now requires it. That's the code, right?
Yes.
Like that's the code, but they started implementing it at the end of 2019, right?
Yeah.
It's 2020.
Yep. Every home built in Pennsylvania
Yeah.
must be under 5 air changes per hour. Got a call here. We're out here in Wrightsville. New home build in the neighborhood. Needs their blower door test to get their occupancy permit granted. However, we haven't been here to do any of the work, so chances are it's probably not real tight. But we're about to find out.
Yeah, blower door don't lie. Come on, see. See that castle up there? Let's see what that'll look like.
At least that's not attached.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. Got the blower door set up here. This porch. Wow. Alright, they just painted the wall. Hey, how's it going? Not much. Here to do the blower door test.
How's it going, man?
So you just painted the walls. Yeah, we'll stay off the walls there for you. All the windows closed?
Yeah, we're actually outside, man.
Gotcha. Go this way now. Hi, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Very good.
Here to do the final blower door test. What's your name?
What's my name?
Yeah.
Bruce.
Bruce?
Yeah.
I'm Noah.
Noah?
Yeah, nice to meet you,
I'm
Bruce.
Robert.
Huh.
You tall enough to get that one now. Big door.
That's crazy.
How tall are these people moving in here? 8 foot.
Yeah, right.
Huh?
Motion?
She probably turned it off.
Oh,
She's probably tired of here.
yeah.
Mr. Monster's house.
What'd you say?
Mr. Monster's house.
Something, bro.
You need a step stool to get to the top.
Oh, crap. No, I got that.
You got
Yeah. You have that in the wall. Yeah, dude.
Look at this door. Sam, come here. This is really cool. Look up here. Look at the stairs. Oh, wow. I'm just taking a peek around, make sure nothing obvious is open. Sam. You know what's crazy? Having the windows locked makes a real big difference. Like a real big difference. Of how tight. insulation stuff in here. See? They're getting rid of freaking that. You gotta hold the socket where it's extended the full back. Yeah. Just gotta leave that there. Hold it. Yeah. It's a big door. Keep going, everything. Where's the basement? Around here. It's usually, basement's usually always lines up with the front door. Interesting. It's an insulated concrete foundation. A whole nother house down here. It's cold back here. Feel it. We'll give it a go.
Yep. Let me just get some
Alright, Sam. This is the blower door, right? So this gets sent up to the front door. There's a fan, and it takes air from the house and forces it out, and then it'll make it come in where it leaks. This is how we control the fan speed. This is our manometer. So what this will do is tell us how much air leakage there is. This is what's measuring it. So we take it up to a negative 50 Pascal. That's the standard for our industry to measure air leakage in a building, is at negative 50 Pascals. On the right hand side here, it'll tell us how much air leakage there is. So we do a few things. We set the baseline pressure. So we're accounting for the pressure that's already, there's a difference between pressure between inside and outside, right? It's not the same pressure on the inside as it is the outside. And right now we have negative 2.6 Pascals difference. And so what we're doing is kind of like on a scale where you hit tear, same thing. So when you hit enter, it negatives that out. And if it keeps bumping it around, that's it. Flow at negative 50. Open. You're good to go. Now normally we don't have to hold the sides of this, Sam, but since this door was for Herman Monster, it's literally 8.5 feet tall. Normal door is 80 inches. So it's a lot taller. So Rob, you hold the sides there. So we're starting, it's taking the air from the house and forcing it out. here we're getting to negative 50. Here it gives us a cubic feet per minute that it leaks.
About 34.
So we're at a 3490 to 3600. This will bounce around. We're about 35 and a half, 3500. So
Leave that one.
we'll leave it on. We'll go around and we'll see what we see. One thing is, notice how they have these white windows and this wood trim? We never, ever, ever see these guys caulked off, the wood to here. Now, they did a good job on the outside and say they used that low expansion spray foam. This is all aesthetics.
Camera's dead.
Okay. This window ain't closed.
Yeah, we gotta go around and see where this leak is coming from. Because these windows.
This window is not even closed. Alright, close these windows up. Got that? Now.
Yeah, I'm messing
That's all the way up. This isn't in right.
Funky there. Steps. Let's see if we're all going around. I feel like on the inside of this. There's a bedroom up here.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Check all the windows, please,
You can come up the traditional way over here. Just up the stairs.
Make sure all the windows are locked. There's a lot of leakage in this house. Yeah, you're good.
Biggest ride for the show.
No, you're good. Just going around, a bunch of the windows weren't locked, so they're like down a little bit. Just trying to use the most accurate number. Let's go check upstairs. House is very leaky. Brand new house. Locked up there. Locking the windows keeps people out. Makes them nice and flush. Nice and tight. Keeps that bottom sash down, that top sash open. Or up. Alright. Bang. That's a couple hundred cubic feet per minute right there. They ain't set yet.
No,
What's up there?
It's a turret. It's at the top of the castle.
Oh, okay.
Head up there.
Yeah, but is there anything else up there?
Yeah, so take a look right there. So, like where the drywall meets the base molding is in on there.
Yep.
And the drywall doesn't go down to the subfloor. So it leaks like I said.
It's pretty cool up here. A lot of leakage is gonna come from through the walls here, down here at the bottom. Never got spray foamed off, sealed off, or anything in between that interstitial band joist. Probably open to the knee wall. Cool area. A lot of leakage coming in from here though. And you can just feel you're standing under here. Maybe that'll be a skylight or something, but that's a lot of flow. No.
Yeah.
You see that access up for like that roof area or whatnot?
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, it's really leaky.
Oh, real bad.
We need to get there.
The attic. I got the
The
measurements.
hatches. How's it feel right here?
Flying.
You feel
Lot of
the air
airflow.
flowing.
They didn't get sealed.
Yeah.
Insulated but not sealed. Get that turned on. I'll show you guys a few things. Let's do the calculation here. So we can from here. 16. So there's a 23. Here. 16, 44, 44, 23 by 44 up here. 8-foot ceilings. We'll come back up here in a minute.
Need the measurements.
Yeah, make sure. Get this. Put these in here.
This is probably one of the most unique houses I've been in a while. And we go into some pretty unique houses. And the more unique, the more chance for things to go wrong. As far as like air sealing, insulating. Because it gets complex, and unless you know the principles, you can get lost real easy. It's a pretty big house, but there's a lot of air leakage. Take a look at the kitchen. It's a beautiful kitchen. This open concept here. The two-tone. I really like the two-tone. Ooh. The light is on fire. When they do like gray on the bottom and then white up top, or maybe things. Nice kitchen, eh, Rob?
Yeah, really nice. Just no measurement for the ceiling height, so it's all right.
Yeah. And why does that matter?
Because it comes down to cubic feet, so blower door number. in
Yeah,
relation
so
to
the
cubic feet
inside of
per
your
house.
house has a volume of air, right? And the test we're testing for is to see if it loses its volume of air 5 times per hour or less. Makes a difference because you have to heat or cool more air, the more it leaks. And if that house is going to be here for 100 or 200 years, it's probably a good idea to make it as airtight as possible.
Alright, so let's head up and take a look at it.
Upstairs?
The attic has stuff like that. What is this leak that they're painting here?
Right?
Is that for stair treads? Has to be. That is stair
Yeah,
treads.
yeah, those are the staircases that go up. That's awesome.
And I guess
Oh,
there's
look at this stone.
It's a nice place.
It's awesome. It's very leaky though. No problem. Oh, Sam, you can't just have a piece of wood. This is a piece of plywood that separates the inside from the outside. Just a piece of plywood.
Come take a look at this.
We're in a very nice custom.
Look, bust out the thermal. There's Noah for us there. But look at this attic hatch here. Attic's well insulated. When we look over here, it's well insulated. Those are the rafters you see, not a whole lot of moved out there. We'll take a look up there in a second. Something over the stairwell looks a little fishy. But look at that attic hatch. It's just wide open to outside. That should be considered an exterior door because it's going up through the attic and out. However, it got treated as if it was not even as good as the wall.
Yeah.
A lot of movement there.
Come here, Sam.
Look at the lights behind.
Look. When we pull this down, it's not even plywood. It's Lawan.
Look at this stuff.
This is an 1/8 inch.
No.
So this is inside. That's outside. And we have.
Look at these fixtures. Never got sealed.
Yeah. You
Light
see the
fixtures
purple.
just wide open to the
Go
elements there.
in hard on that, Sam. Zoom in hard on it. Is it dot?
Yeah, it died. We'll come back to
That
it.
FLIR one.
Yeah.
Sam, I see all kinds of stuff wrong, Sam. Get your butt up here.
They need a duct blaster test, right?
They definitely need a duct blaster test because they have duct work in the envelope. Or outside the envelope.
So right here, you have about some bats right around here. Not enough insulation. You got about 8 inches.
Look, Sam. Right there.
Here's a penetration straight down into the ceiling. This allows so much airflow right through because you cut the hole out, you stick that canister through, stick the underside through.
Oh, look, Sam, this insulation is like months old, but there's already spots where it's dirty. There's already spots where it's dirty.
And that's where air travels through and the dust gets left behind. These dark bats, that's just the color of them. However, this insulation's nice and white. It only gets dirty as stuff's going through. There's no barrier around the condensate pan here, so as condensation may occur before it's pumped out, it could clog up.
Anyone comes in here, they can just bump it.
And next thing you know, you have snowfall in there, but the problem is it doesn't melt. So as soon as that makes its way to the trap, that overfills. Now you got a huge roof leak right inside your home. The insulation levels are varied. Got about probably 12 inches total.
Look here. Let's see. Look right there. They did seal it.
Coming through the wall, open top plate.
Yep, the top plates aren't sealed.
That's a chaseway there. No wonder the leakage is high. This home, I'm surprised that there's 3,500 cubic feet per minute of airflow because I see homes bigger
With
that
less.
are 2,000 cubic feet per minute that were built even 20 years ago. So a lot of penetration's not sealed. This is going to be a fail. I'll let you know what the air changes per hour are once I do the calculation, but as of now, it's the guaranteed fail.
It ain't looking good, Sam.
What'd you say now?
It ain't looking good.
This might as well stay wide open because from an energy efficiency standpoint, it's not doing a whole lot. I'll let you guys know what the final calculation is when it comes to air changes per hour, but it's over 5. Those 60,000 cubic feet, it would need a blower door number of like 2,500. This is even less, and it has a pretty high blower door number there, so
there's work to do, work to get done. Some obvious things that we had seen, so.
yeah, I mean, some simple things that could have been done, especially before it was covered in insulation, would have been very easy to hit. Now you got to dig through the insulation, get to the penetrations. There's spots in the wall now that the walls are framed up. They have the T111, your chair rail, and then your walls. They're all finished. They've already been painting. The sign right there on the front says, all walls are finished painting, don't touch please.
You might have to touch them. But they have insulation stuff in all the
doors.
So those can go in, that's gonna help some.
Yeah, if it would have made a difference to have the deadbolts in, at this point I would, but I'd have them tape over those. But there's so much leakage, that's not going to solve it. Keeping the windows locked is a big thing. That doesn't do a whole lot, except helps the integrity of the windows themselves. Outside of that, there's a lot of areas that need sealed. Some easy to get to, some not so easy. That custom aspect right there where they added the castle looks great from an energy efficiency standpoint. That's a very leaky area. Anytime you take the focus off of just going with something basic, not too many variables there, you get them really tight. That's adding a lot of leakage right there. Yeah, that's a new home blower test if you're trying to gain your occupancy permit. Take a look at the house on the side here. There's a cold one out here too. That's pretty cool. Give the castle look. Where they tied in though on either side of the knee wall, where that comes back through. Lower attic that's not accessible anymore. Some penetration in the basements can be hit. They're there. They said they'll be ready to go by the end of next week. However, they're not going to be able to gain occupancy. Huge chaseways up above. These areas here get sealed off. Areas over here need sealed off. You see those areas above the windows? Yeah. It's all those different things together. There's a board there, but
Yeah, that's definitely letting airflow in.
oh,
You
absolutely.
see right here, there's cobwebs.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There's spider webs because air moves in and out there.
Spiders are smart. They're going to set up in areas where there's cobwebs. You'll see this is a reoccurring topic every time we go over it. Spiders set up in that corner, not because it's a corner they favor that, but that's because that's where airflow is. Airflow's moving in and out. They can sense with the hairs on their arms. They set up there, they'll catch bugs. Small bugs are attracted to airflow as well. So it's basically open up its buffet there.
The whole window needs caulked off.
Yeah, the whole window needs caulked off from the outside. That castle part's really cool, but where it went into the knee wall on either side, and then you have that flat ceiling that's finished inside, you can't really get to anymore. There's not a lot of flow, so now I'm gonna have to call this guy here once I get back to the office and run his report. He's gonna be over the limit. He's not gonna be happy. Let you guys know what that is then.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bill.